For the last few years, almost every top player that has emerged in Japan is a grinder on their online website, Smashmate. It's an ELO-style website where you match into a couple of people a day and you get to go up the ELO ranking, and basically everyone that has a high ELO ranking is a top player at this point in Japan. I don't know if this is the most current one because I don't actually know Japanese, but I know how to read it, so you can see the top players are Mia, Yoshidora, Akola, Ken, someone named Ogato? Not sure who that is. Ron, I don't know kanji. Omowatsu, Yaoda, Tamapi, Masa, Jagaimo. You basically have a lot of these top players and then a bunch of other amazing players that get a lot of upset wins, like Guri. You have Nyan-chan, you have Snow, of course a top Mario player. Like, there's amazing players on here. And basically Japan just uses it as a really good way to learn how to get better. A large amount of Japan's growth and success, especially over the quarantine era, was because of a site like Smashmate, and Smashpros.gg now, or Matchbox now, was supposed to be the US and North America, I guess, equivalent of that. The thing is, this site is on a heavy decline and now takes a long time to get queued up for most people. So I wanted to talk about what the differences are, why it is so apparently on a decline when Smashmate is getting nothing but bigger, and talking about the different work ethics between the North American and the Japanese scenes. First off, in my opinion, this website was doomed to fail because of the differences between the North American and Japanese Smash scenes. I think this is partially due to Japan's meta not really caring about money, so you have a lot of people that are character loyalists and people that just want to push their character to the maximum, as opposed to people that just want to randomly counterpick characters, which definitely helps because people will just grind their one character and learn all these matchups online. Of course, their better internet infrastructure definitely helps because it's a lot easier to play people all across Japan than it is to play people all across the US, because the US is a lot bigger. Because the Japanese players don't play for prizes, they often just play for pride in these events, whether online or offline. I mean, one of the best Japanese players, Hedo, is like a very notorious online grinder, and that's how he got a lot better over the quarantine era, and plenty of top players also do that as well. Again, especially Ron, who just had an amazing showing at Battle of BC and is one of the hidden gods. Yoshidora was also one of them, Akola, Mia, basically everyone grinds online super hard. Of course, the ones that live in the populated areas like Tokyo can go to their really stacked locals, where sometimes you see like Shutone, Ken, Zachary all at one local, which is insane. And on Smashmate, as far as I'm aware, once you have an account, which again, I'm not going to do this because I don't want to mess up their website, but you can just click to play very easily, and that was switched to Matchbox as well. Matchbox, all you have to do is click ranked or unranked, these formats, and delay mod? Wait, this is going to be a big difference. Now, to be clear, when Smashpros or Matchbox came out, it was a lot simpler than this. It was ranked or unranked, find a match, and that was it. However, the North American scene complained about it because they cared a lot more about their artificial ranking points than they did about the lessons learned from winning or losing their ranking points. People didn't want to get cheesed online and lower their ranking, so they wanted best of 5, because best of 5 should always be the competitive thing anyway, as if the Japanese scene doesn't play single elimination tournaments all the time. Top players would be scared to grind on this site and lose to what they deemed as cheese, whether it was like a Kazuya or some spammy 0 to death character that they didn't want to fight the matchup of. So people were like, no, I want to play this in a best of 5 because I have too much of an ego to lose if I lose the set, as if it even mattered in the first place. Not only that, but there were a lot of complaints about people using the delay mod online in an asynchronous way. So like someone using the delay mod when the other person doesn't have it, which is just rude that anyone would do that. I don't understand why you would play someone in an unfair advantage. Like, I have the delay mod, and it is crazy to me that people would intentionally do that just like on purpose to have an advantage. Like, I get that it makes your experience better, but you're making the other person's experience worse, so I'm confused. Basically, it seems like people on Smashpros wanted to make their chances the best for winning based on other things other than just their gameplay. They wanted it to be best of 5 because they're better in best of 5 than best of 3. They wanted delay mod to be forced to be off with these things. However, making these websites segmented into now 8 portions is going to drastically lower how much you can get ranked into people, queued into people, which is going to cause the wait times to go up a lot. It was originally split into ranked and unranked because, you know, that's 2 rankings in specific. Now you have best of 3 and best of 5, which is going to be another split into 2, so that's 4, and then delay mod, yes or no, is going to be 8. I've gotten word that if your wait is long enough in the queue, it will kind of mix and match these, but that's never happened to me, because I still try to use this a lot, even though, like, again, it's pretty slow, so I just have it on in the background as I'm, like, playing Elite Smash, and this is proof. I played literally last night. My sets with Send were kind of nice. Those were fun. But my queue times are upwards of 10 minutes now, and of course, I'm very high elo, so that is going to be another factor, is you have to match into someone with relatively similar elo, although I have been ranked sometimes with people, you know, almost 800 points below me. That's after like 25 or 30 minutes of waiting, but yeah, it's not going to be a great experience for either of us. So what really happened is the fact that, in my opinion, the ego of the North American players got in the way. And yes, I'm going to call this out as a shot. I don't really care. I think the ego of a lot of these players got in their way instead of learning things. I feel like one of the only people to use this website correctly was Spargo. Spargo for a long time was one of the top players on Smashpros, and then he decided, hey, I'm going to start using Corrin, and all of his games exclusively went to Corrin, and that's where most of his 27 losses came from. However, it made his Corrin a lot better because then he was able to practice against all of these top players. He was using Lucina sometimes, he's using Pyramithra, like this is when he was just winning and winning and winning and winning. And then at some point he was like, hey, I'm actually going to just start playing Corrin. He doesn't really use the website much anymore, so I'm just going to like skip forward a bit on these websites. And then he just started using like almost exclusively Corrin. He's winning 2-0 there, playing with Corrin because he wanted to get the Corrin up to stuff compared to his other characters. And I mean, he has, because he's done very well versus players like Sonics. He's used Corrin to success in a bunch of different coin boxes and stuff like that, and also, you know, offline majors as well. So his Corrin's a real character, and it is what he did just on Smashbox. He was like, hey, I want to practice this character in relatively, you know, real situations. Let me practice this. And then he started to. Also using this like best of 3 format. So he's using the original format of this website, not going into best of 5, because he's aware that sometimes you need to win the best of 3. There are plenty of sets still in best of 3 in tournament. And also, if you can win a best of 3 versus someone, that means you're going to be up 2-0 or 2-1 in a best of 5 set. And if you're a confident player, you're not going to be worried about your player adapting in the next 2 games. And yeah, you should also be able to beat the cheese in the first 2 games, because sometimes people are going to cheese you for that extra game. It's not always going to be guaranteed that someone will suddenly adapt and just beat out these cheesy players. Again, I think one of the big reasons that Japan is now the best scene in the world is because they kind of remove their ego from it. And if they do, like, they deserve it, right? Like, I think Mia and Akola and like Shutone deserve to have egos, like the top Japanese players. And then you see players that are from Japan come over to the US and dominate. We had Battle of BC where we had Hurt win a major. And then like 4 of the other top 8, I think, were Japan players, which was what? Toriguri, you had Yoshidora. Oh no, I think it was, who else was it? You had Hurt win the bracket, Yoshidora get 3rd, Doramigi get 4th, Toriguri get 5th, and there was plenty of other Japanese players in this lower part of this bracket. We had Ron here, we had, I think there was more here. Oh no, they only just did super well, my bad. Like not a ton of Japanese players came to this event, and yet 4 of the top 6 players were Japanese players, and that's just the strength of Japan, and that happens basically every event they go to because they don't have an ego about it. They try to just grind to be the best players they absolutely can be at any point, and they have a website like Smashmate, and they're not worried about, oh man, this ranking is going to affect my elo, or these matches are going to affect my elo, and then people are going to view me as less, because no one should care about that. Like, I understand some top players not wanting to do that because, like, people in America will also, like, tweet about it. They'll be like, oh my god, I beat this person, look at my Smashpros thing. But also, so let people be happy that they beat you because you're an accomplished player. I don't really understand the gripe about that, so you can let me know down in the comments, because I'm genuinely confused about that. I don't think it's that big of a deal. You're gonna lose sometimes. It's better to lose online and prep for it than offline when people are going to really talk about it at a major that matters, and then you're gonna be more upset because you just got knocked out of a major that you traveled to. Matchbox, again, I don't think that they should have ever had a delay mod on or off for best of 3, best of 5 format. I think it should have just been the base, because adding more steps is what, you know, kind of gets it away from something like Smashmate, and Smashmate is definitely one of the best improvement tools. And of course, like, the top players are still playing against each other, right? You have Sonics playing Spargo, and, you know, people practicing, and there's still coin boxes and all that type of stuff, but I don't know, it just rubs me the wrong way that I feel like a lot of people took this as like, this is my definitive skill placement. And again, I'm happy, right? Like, I'm a top-ranking player here, but that doesn't mean I think I'm better than Meister or better than Tweak or better than DD at the moment. Like, sure, there are some people I think I might be better than up here, but there's plenty of amazing players here that just, like, are better, and that's fine, and I want to get better and grind with them to practice and be better. Which, speaking of which, I'm playing against Sonics today on stream. If you're curious, if you want to see me get beat up by one of the best players in the world, just let you know it'll be at like 7:30, 7:45 after the Stride podcast, which is also happening. Sign up for Stride GG. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about that. Again, I can totally be wrong, but yeah, I definitely wish there was more people just on those type of websites in general, because I would like to grind more there than on Elite Smash, because it's going to be better practice. But yeah, let me know what you think about this. Do you agree or disagree with me? I could totally be wrong. Again, I'm just one guy that has one perspective on it, but I would love that website to be more active. I would love to practice on it. So again, if you want to join it, go to smashpros.gg. All you gotta do is connect your Discord to it. It's pretty simple, and you can get practicing there. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this little bit of a pessimistic video. Japan is the GOAT, and yeah, I'll see you all next time. Peace.